Hello everyone, welcome to Basically Netta. I'm Netta, and this is my review of the original Shannara Trilogy. Theory Brooks' debut novel was The Sword of Shannara. It is the first book of the original Shannara Trilogy, and since writing this book, he has written multiple other Shannara books, different trilogies and series, but in the same world of Shannara. So that is why this very first trilogy is called the original Shannara trilogy. And here's the synopsis of the first book. The Sword of Shannara is the journey of this young half-elf, half-human boy, adolescent boy named Shay Omsford. It's hard to say. Omsford. Shay Omsford. And he is approached by this druid named Alanon, who tells him that he is the ancestor of the owners of the Sword of Shannara, and he should go on this quest to find the Sword of Shannara in order to basically defeat evil and help out the world. So that's where I'm gonna stop because I don't want to get into all the details for it, but this is one of those books that were published during the time when the publishers wanted more of Lord of the Rings, basically, like more of the fantastical books that are the same way of written that as Lord of the Rings. According to Goodreads, it was published on January 1st, 1977, and it is very much similar to Lord of the Rings. It is an adventure, quest, high fantasy, where there is no woman. There's no sight of a woman. There is no talk of any female, human, elf, or any other creature whatsoever. And it is very much a boy's quest. So with that being said, let's go to the next book, and I will continue with the plots, the synopsises, and then I will let you know my full point of view of these three books. So the second book that was published, it was published July 1982, and it is the Elfstone of Shannara. It follows Shay Omsford's grandson, Will Omsford, and again, we get the same approach by Alanon, who comes and says, your grandfather did this, and you need to come and help with this quest. Except this quest is to go help an elf princess named Amberly, who is the one who's going to save her people, her elf people. And the demons are out, and Will Omsford is to go and help her. So we are moving away from more of the boys quest and, getting some female characters in this book, which was great. And yeah, this is more about the Elfstone magics and how Will be using them to help Amberly, who is an elf. And Will is now more human than elf. So it's kind of interesting to see how he uses his elf magic in this book. And the third book that came out in 1985. Let me just see. Yes, April 12th, 1985. The Wishsong of Shannara was published, and it is now following Will Umsford 2 children, 1 boy, 1 girl. The oldest is a girl, Bryn, and then the youngest is a boy, Jar. Right? Is that how you say it? Sorry if my pronunciations are wrong. I will put them, I will put their names here somewhere so you can see how it spells. But yeah, so we follow them. So it is now the Wishsong of Shannara. So the Wishsong is a magical way of using the elf magic, and Bryn is very good at it, so she gets approached by Alanon in this one, and then Jar goes following her. And yeah, it is 2 different stories in this case. Now we're following 2 points of view. We're trying to see the difference and where they go, or where each adventure takes them. So we're still doing the whole let's defeat evil kind of thing, but now we have 2 different points of view. And yeah, that's about all I can say about each book for their synopsises. And what did I think about this trilogy? It is a very, very well written. The writing is very well done. I would say the reason why I continued reading this, and I had read the first book, The Sword of Shannara, in 2016-ish, and then I stopped, not because of the writing, but because of the storytelling. But then I decided to get back to it because I wanted to finish this trilogy and see how it would go and how it ended. But in my point of view, I think the writing is what makes it the book that it is, the series that it is. It's not the storytelling. The storytelling got better as each book went on, as the author's way of storytelling has gotten better as well, I guess, as he grows as a writer. So you can kind of tell when you read these books that his storytelling got better. But the best part of this is the writing, in my point of view. It's some of it was the second book actually got a little bit emotional in the same way as Robin Hobb's writing was for Farseer Trilogy. So I will give him that. That's a bit of a compliment to be in that category a little bit. And then, yeah, I just found it entertaining enough for me to continue reading. If I were to just pick up each book on its own, it would totally stand on its own. It doesn't need to be considered as a trilogy if you don't want to read all 3. Because when you go into it, yes, it is picking up some elements of the book before, but it explains itself. Alanon gives them the history of it, or the same way on the first book, we didn't know anything about the history of the Sword of Shannara. So we got that from Alanon. So this is very much if you don't want to read all 3, you can just pick one and read that. I will say it is good to read it once if you want to try it out and see how it is for you. I enjoyed it. It was fun. But I don't think I would want to continue with the next series of Shannara, just because they all been in the same kind of formula. There's this young person who needs to go on a quest, adventure, to go get an object and like defeat evil. Is very much the same adventure story as Lord of the Rings over and over. And yes, he made it a little different by putting the female characters in the second book and the third book. I just found it the same thing. I don't want to read the same thing over and over. And yeah, I just need a little difference. Maybe later on I might go back into it. But with that being said, it was a good read. I enjoyed all three. I didn't give them a high mark. I just gave them a 3, which is a middle part. It's not a bad review. It's just, it was mid for me. It was okay. I enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know down below in the comments if you read any of these books, if you are interested in them. Please don't be like put out by what I'm saying. You might actually like what these books are. And yeah, just have fun with them. If you want to read them, go ahead and read them. If you want to let me know that you are here but you don't have anything to say, put a sword emoji in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.